Death toll rises in Gwoza suicide bomb attacks. Vice President Shettima pays condolence visit. Public concerns grow amid surging cholera outbreak with over 53 deaths recorded. Imo community decries destruction of only school facility by state government. And on the foreign scene, Kenyan national rights body says 39 killed in anti-tax protests. Hello and welcome to Trust News Hour tonight. I am Eugenia Abu. The Vice President of Nigeria, Kashim Shettima, has commiserated with victims of Gwoza bomb blast during a visit to State Specialist Hospital in Maiduguri. The Vice President and some members of the Nigerian Senate visited the emergency ward where the injured victims are receiving treatment. The Vice President, who also conveyed condolences of the President while appreciating the state government's efforts, made cash donation to victims. Death toll from the Saturday suicide bomb attacks has risen to 32, with 26 persons still receiving treatment, while 14 have been discharged.
Rising up House of President Bola Ahmed meetings with the victims, and he specifically instructed us to come and offer our condolences and commiseration to the victims of this incident.
Za mu gode mar in saboda lafiyarmu da ya zo ya duba.
We thank the Vice President for checking on us. His visit is encouraging. We pray God replenish his efforts, and we also pray we get better soon.
The Arewa Consultative Forum, ACF, has expressed sadness over the coordinated suicide bomb attacks on Gwoza community of Borno State last Saturday. This is just as it called for renewed efforts to tackle religious extremism, banditry, and all forms of insurgency. ACF, in a statement issued by its National Publicity Secretary, Professor Tukur Muhammad Baba, said the incident which led to the death of women and children with scores of people wounded is very unfortunate. The forum said although no persons or groups have claimed responsibility for the cowardly attacks, they had all the telltale hallmarks of the well-known terror strategies of Boko Haram religious extremist insurgents. ACF observes that the attacks were specifically targeted for maximum impact at a wedding party, a funeral, and a hospital, all soft and defenseless targets as undertaken by brainwashed female agents. ACF also strongly condemns the dastardly and evil attacks and extends condolences to the families, friends, and loved ones affected by the loss of lives. It also commiserates with all victims, the entire Gwoza community, and indeed the federal and Borno state governments over the tragedy. The Multinational Joint Task Force, MNJTF, in Chad says personnel of Operation Lake Sanity 2 have destroyed terrorist camps situated on isles across the Cameroonian and Nigerian territories of Lake Chad, killing many terrorists and causing others to flee into Chad. A statement from the Chief Military Public Information Officer of the MNJTF in Jamina in Chad, Lieutenant Colonel Abubakar Abdullahi, said the operation also destroyed 8 vehicle-borne improvised explosive devices and 2 ammunition bunkers northeast of Malami Fatori. Abdullahi said personnel of the operation, with the support of the Chadian Rapid Intervention Force, neutralized 70 terrorists and dismantled 5 camps, highlighting the efficacy of MNJTF's operational strategies and the robust collaboration with the Chadian armed forces. The MNJTF appreciated the Chadian armed forces for their cooperation and support in the fight against terrorism, as well as efforts from other troop-contributing countries, including Operation Emergence 4, Cameroon, Operation Hadinkai, Nigeria, and Sector 4, Niger, which were instrumental in the success of Operation Lake Sanity 2. He said the MNJTF remains committed to its mandate of eradicating terrorism and restoring peace to the Lake Chad Basin. The Jigawa state government has addressed concerns about the recent clash between farmers and herdsmen in the Baranda and Bagadaza forests located in Lutse and Gwaram local government areas. According to the government, through its Farmers and Herdsmen Board, the situation has been managed effectively. Here's that report.
Over the weekend, an unverified social media report said that a clash between farmers and herdsmen in villages of Baranda, Bagadaza, and Gwaram local government areas of Jigawa state had resulted in loss of lives and multiple injuries. However, in a press briefing in Dutse, the Jigawa state government clarified that while there was a clash and some casualties recorded, no lives were lost. Authorities said it has implemented necessary measures to prevent further escalation.
What really happens is that there is misunderstanding between one Fulani boy and a farmer at a Baranda forest reserve. That forest reserve was allocated legally by the state government to farmers so that they can farm in the forest. Actually, what happened, that boy enters the farmland wrongly because there are cattle routes for them to pass to the side of watering side was blocked by the farmers.
Governor Umar Nomadi recently issued a warning to both farmers and herdsmen, urging them to avoid trespassing on cattle roads and farmlands. He also cautioned against the illegal allocation of land to prevent such clashes, which could result in loss of lives and properties.
A committee was formed between the farmers, the local farmers within the area, and the herders that are living in the same area, so that a committee to sensitize the farmers to live together in a harmony was already formed by the state government. And there are some measures taken by the state government so that the blocked cattle routes are going to be opened immediately by the board, and other measures were taken so that the situation will be brought into control.
Normalcy has returned to the affected areas, which both farmers and herdsmen resuming their daily activities.
And now to health matters. The Lagos State Commissioner for Health, Akin Abayomi, on Sunday disclosed that 25 cases of severe gastroenteritis confirmed to be caused by cholera were reported at Kirikiri Medium Security Prison. The development was against the claim by the Nigeria Correctional Service on Wednesday, June 26, 2024, that custodial centers nationwide were free of cholera. The spokesman for the Nigeria Correctional Service, Abubakar Umar, had stated that the routine hygienic measures put in place in the correctional centers had helped to keep cholera out. However, in a statement on Sunday signed by the Director of Public Affairs, Lagos State Ministry of Health, Tumbosun Ogunbanwo, the Commissioner reported a small outbreak of 25 cases of severe gastroenteritis confirmed to be caused by cholera. The Nasarawa state government on Monday said it has recorded 29 suspected cases of cholera in Kokona and Nasarawa Egon local government areas of the state. The Commissioner for Health, Gwoza Gwamna, who disclosed this, explained that in the past few weeks, Kokona local government area recorded 19 suspected cases of cholera, while Nasarawa Egon local government area had 10 cases. He regretted that one of the patients in the Nasarawa Egon local government area died while being treated in a healthcare facility in the area. And on to legal matters, Justice James Omotosho of the Federal High Court in Abuja has dismissed the fundamental human rights suit filed by the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, against the federal government. Kanu sued the Attorney General of the Federation and the Department of State Service for 1 billion naira in damages for alleged rights violations. The IPOB leader claimed that the DSS and its Director General violated his right to a fair hearing by allegedly preventing his lawyers from having unhindered interactions with him while he was being detained in preparation for his defense. While delivering judgment, Justice Omotosho held that Kanu failed to provide credible evidence to sustain his claims that his interactions with his lawyers were interfered with. The court also dismissed Kanu's claims that he was denied and hindered access to his lawyers and that DSS officials eavesdropped on his conversation with his lawyers, which constituted a breach of his right to a fair hearing. And in politics, the National Executive Council of the New Nigeria People's Party, NNPP, has extended the suspension of Governor Abba Yusuf of Kano State from the party to December 2024. Governor Abba Yusuf was suspended in February this year for alleged insubordination. The party's National Executive Council also confirmed that the presidential candidate of the party in the 2023 election, Rabiu Kwankwaso, had been expelled from the party. The expulsion of Kwankwaso was confirmed after the fact-finding committee and the conflict resolution committee submitted their reports to the National Executive Council for ratification. The committees indicted the former governor of Kano State of a failed coup d'etat and an attempt to forcefully hijack the party through fraudulent means. They also found Kwankwaso culpable in the misappropriation of over 2.5 billion naira proceeds from nomination forms of candidates, campaign fund, and donations for 2023 general elections. Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has reprimanded the senator representing the FCT, Ireti Hiba Kingibe, who was elected on the platform of Labour Party in the 2023 elections. Speaking during the flag-off of the construction of the Mabushi bus terminal in Abuja, Wike said Kingibe might not return to the Senate in 2027 as she could lose the support of FCT residents. According to the former governor of Rivers State, what happened in the last election that brought Kingibe into power would not repeat itself. He said it was disheartening that instead of collaborating with the FCT administration, Kingibe was instead angry that residents are reportedly praising him.
I overheard somebody in our eyes this morning. Unfortunately, I hear the person is a member of National Assembly. It's unfortunate I say so. With all due respect, what you don't know, you don't know. What you know, you know. And the good thing for you is to tell people that, look, I don't know this. And people will educate you. The Prime Minister of State and my humble self, we have not been in office for more than 10 months, 11 months. And to the glory of God, the person is angry that they are praising us. If you don't want, go and hang yourself in a transformer. Yes. If you're angry, go and hang yourself. If I have done well, we have done well. If I have not done well, we have not done well. And we are proud to say, in this short time, Mr. President appointed us that we have done well. He said there are no schools. He said there are no hospitals. You as a legislator, what have you done? How many bills have you sponsored for us to improve our education and our health sector? How many? I challenge that legislator, if you are very, very popular, 2027, come and run under Abuja. We will find you. You think that what happened last time will happen again? You think so? It will not happen again. If you are popular, come and run. Luckily for me, I'm the FCT minister now. So here's my territory.
The Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission has announced October 5th for the conduct of local government elections. The announcement came amidst the ongoing local government succession crisis caused by the conflict between Governor Fubara and the Martins Amewile-led lawmakers. The governor inaugurated caretaker committees to run the affairs of the local government areas while the ousted chairman was still laying claims to their seats following the 6-month tenure elongation granted them by the Martins Amewile-led lawmakers. To avert bloody clashes, the police had since taken over all the 23 secretariats of local government areas in the state, pending the forthcoming judgment of the Court of Appeal. This is News Hour on Trust TV. Coming up after the break. Customs seized arms shipment worth 13.9 billion naira in Rivers. More news when we return. Do stay. If you're just joining us, this is News Hour on Trust TV. Another look at our top stories. Death toll rises in Gwoza suicide bomb attacks. Vice President Shatima pays condolence visit. And public concerns grow amid surging cholera outbreak with over 53 deaths recorded. We now return to the Gwoza bomb attacks at Borno State, and we now have our guests joining us. Our Daily Trust multimedia reporter in the state, Olatunji Omirin, who is joining me via phone call to give an update. Our multi-million reporter is standing by more. Now, what more can you tell us about the condition of victims from this blast? What are the authorities saying? Olatunji, can you hear me? We may have lost him there. We'll return to him if he's available. In the meantime, a community in Imo State has expressed reservation over the demolition of the area's only primary school without providing an alternative solution for the displaced pupils by the governor, Hope Uzodimma. Residents are outraged by the sudden decision, which has left many children without a place to continue their education. Community leaders argue that the demolition was carried out without adequate consultation or planning for a replacement facility, thereby disrupting the academic progress and daily routine of the affected students.
This in Bareke, primary school Zing, all vandalized.
Our reporter in Imo State, Ajibade Praise, is joining us now via phone call to give an update. Hello, Ajibade. We thank you for joining in. Ajibade, can you hear me? Good evening to you. We seem to be having challenges joining Ajibade in Imo State. We will return to it if we can. On Monday, the monitoring and compliance team of the Lagos State Waste Management Authority, in collaboration with the Lagos State Environmental Sanitation Corps, commenced the demolition of illegal shanties and kiosks in Sangotedo, Lakowi, Awoyaya, and other locations along the Lekki-Ajah Expressway. This initiative is part of ongoing efforts to maintain public safety, reduce environmental hazards, and ensure a cleaner and more organized community. The debate on the establishment or otherwise of state police is still on as leader of the Senate, Michael Bamidele, calls for establishment of Independent Service Commission for Police to guarantee police autonomy at federal and state levels. Speaking at an annual Distinguished Personality Lecture Series of the Department of Political Science, University of Ilorin, in conjunction with the Institute of Legislative Studies, other speakers also highlight and profile solutions to the issue. Here's that report.
The clamor for state policing has been on the front burner of national discourse for some time. And the stakeholders at this forum at University of Ilorin are also lending their views on this critical topic.
We must ensure that they are not created for political witch hunting. It's a duty on the legislature to put in place provisions that are watertight and not easily abused.
The three senators representing Kwara State said there's need for autonomy for both state and federal police to prevent abuse.
Security is economy. Security is good life. Security is growth. Security is almost everything you think of.
Because we are going to be living with it. It's a way of life we want to adopt. So let us sit down and address these issues and let us argue on it. Let us debate on it. And at the end of the day, let's arrive at what will benefit all of us.
It is generally acceptable globally and indeed even in Nigeria that we need state police to respond to local security challenges because security challenges are local and they are best addressed locally.
The speaker, who is leader of the Senate, highlights some challenges being faced by the Nigerian police, which he described as numerous.
However, I maintain that the police have not been set up properly to succeed in our country.
The guest speaker said police force should be set up in such a way that it will succeed.
I recommend the establishing of an independent service commission for the police to guarantee police autonomy at federal and state levels in matters of appointment, discipline, promotions, and accountability.
The speakers agreed on the need for proper training and retraining of police to deliver on their mandates of protecting lives and property.
The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has set up a disciplinary panel to investigate two operatives accused of assaulting a woman during a raid in a hotel in Lagos on Thursday. Its spokesman, Dele Oyewale, who said this in a statement on Monday in Abuja, added that the errant officers were to appear before the panel on Monday. The officers were cited in a viral video assaulting the staff of the hotel in an early morning sting. On Thursday, according to him, the commission chairman, Olukoyede, stressed that no stone will be left unturned in getting the officers to account for their unprofessional conduct. And to education now, the governing councils of federal universities, polytechnics, and other tertiary institutions will be inaugurated on July the 4th, 2024. The acting Vice Chancellor of the University of Abuja, Aisha Maikudi, made this known in a remark heralding her assumption of duties at the institution. A total of 560 individuals were appointed to the governing councils and boards of federal government-owned tertiary institutions by President Bola Tinubu. In an earlier statement, the Permanent Secretary, General Services, Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Nnamdi Mberi, noted that the approval was given for the effective management of Nigerian tertiary institutions across the country. And on health, the federal government has established an advisory board on malaria elimination and a ministerial task force on malaria elimination in Nigeria. This was disclosed in a press statement signed by the Senior Advisor Media and External Relations to the Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Tashikal Mahala, on Monday. The advisory board and task force are to accelerate progress towards malaria elimination in the country. While inaugurating the advisory board and ministerial task force, Partey explained that malaria poses a significant burden on Nigerians in terms of mortality, morbidity, loss of work hours, out-of-pocket expenses, and government investments in treatment and interventions. The minister emphasized that despite being preventable and treatable, malaria continues to be a major challenge for the country. The World Health Organization estimates that Nigeria had nearly 67 million cases in 2022, accounting for 27% of the global malaria burden. 2 persons have been reportedly killed after a passenger bus rammed into a truck along the Shagamu-Benin Expressway on Monday. This is just as 4 other persons sustained varying degrees of injuries, with 14 escaping unhurt. The spokesperson for the Ogun State Traffic Compliance and Enforcement Agency, Babatunde Akimbi, said the vehicles involved were an unregistered Howo truck and a Toyota Hiace bus with registration number BEN 823ZW. Akimbi disclosed further that the accident occurred due to speeding on the part of the bus driver, which led to loss of control and eventual collision with a truck. He added that 20 persons were involved in the accident, comprising 15 males and 5 females. The spokesperson disclosed that the remains of the dead were deposited at the Olabisi Onabanjo University Teaching Hospital morgue, while the injured were taken to the same hospital for treatment. The Kano Sector Command of the Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, has confirmed that 25 people have been killed, while 53 others were injured in an early morning auto crash on Monday. The incident occurred in the Dangwaro International Market in the metropolitan area of Kano City. The travelers were said to have been loaded in a trailer which also carried cows heading to the southern part of Nigeria from Maiduguri when it collided with another vehicle and somersaulted. According to the FRSC sector commander in the state, Ibrahim Abdullahi, the accident involved a trailer with registration number XA311ZB. The sector commander said that the accident occurred as a result of excessive speed, dangerous driving, and overloading, which led to loss of control. The Nigeria Customs Service has intercepted a shipment of assorted arms and ammunition originating from Turkey and estimated to be worth about 13.9 billion naira. Speaking to journalists at the One port in Rivers State on Monday, the Comptroller General of Customs, Bashir Adeni, revealed that the 40-feet container with registration number MAEU 165396 originated in Turkey, noting that the service had it under surveillance all the way. The service impounded the container when the importer attempted to circumvent protocol, and on inspection, it was discovered to be carrying 844 units of rifles, adding that 112,500 pieces of live ammunition were also part of it. According to Adeni, the rifles and ammunition were concealed using various items such as doors, furniture, plumbing fittings, and leather bags. The Comptroller General further revealed that the duty-paid value of the container is 4,171,710. The 3 suspects have been arrested and are in custody while investigations are on to decipher the circumstances surrounding the shipment.
Not be shy. Oh boy, on there don't shake. On there shake. Oh boy. This one is CG no go to come. He'll come.
We'll take the figures again on that seizure by the Comptroller General, who revealed that the duty paid value of the container is 4,171,710,000. You're watching News Hour on Trust TV. The news continues after the break. Do stay. And to business now. A new report by the National Bureau of Statistics, NBS, said total capital importation into Nigeria rose by 210.16% to $3.376 million in the first quarter of 2024. According to the report, the rise was from $1.088 million recorded in quarter 4, 2023. The increase is higher than the $1.132 million recorded in quarter 1, 2023, indicating an increase of 198%. Further details in the report showed that portfolio investment ranked top with $2.075 million accounting for 61%, followed by other investment with $1.181 million, accounting for about 35%. Foreign direct investment recorded the least with $119 million, 3.53% of total capital importation in quarter 1, 2024. The banking sector recorded the highest inflow with $2.067 million, representing 61.24% of total capital imported in quarter 1, 2024. Of the 3 states that recorded capital importation during the quarter, Lagos State remained the top destination with $2.782 million, accounting for 82% of the total capital imported. And to talk more business, let's join Yusuf Akogu for more on Business News Update.
Welcome to Business News. I am Yusuf Akogu. The Director General of the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, Shegun Ajayi Kadri, has contended that the recent exit of some multinationals from Nigeria offers a golden opportunity for homegrown manufacturers to thrive in the country with proper government empowerment. Ajayi Kadri, while speaking in Abuja, said the apparent setback suffered due to the exit of multinationals could be turned into an opportunity by placing the spotlight on homegrown manufacturers. The DG, however, called for clear and decisive action from the government to prevent further exits and ensure the sector's growth. Most multinationals that are exiting Nigeria, mostly American and European companies, are being taken over by Asian companies. The federal government indebtedness to retirees on accrued pension rights in the last 16 months is reportedly estimated at 230 billion naira. Reports say the federal government has failed to release funds for payment of accrued pension rights in the first half of 2024. According to the 2024 Appropriation Act, provision for pensions, gratuities, and retiree benefits declined to 673.01 billion naira from 854.81 billion naira budgeted in 2023. Reacting, a pension administrator said government should prioritize payment of retirement benefit despite its competing financial obligations.
I believe that government need to prioritize payment of accrued right, because that is the first promise of the contributory pension, that as they open your account, the first funds that will hit that account will be your accrued right for the period that you have served government before the commencement of the contributory pension. I don't know what happened, but somehow this did not happen. Any organized talk with government will bear fruit. I believe this is a listening government. If they can organize themselves and talk to the government, I'm sure the government will listen to them and start releasing these funds immediately.
NGS opened the week in red due to sell pressures in top cap equities. Let's see how it went down today. Leading the losing equities, there is Entransat down 10% to close at 4 naira and 50 kobo per share, followed by Lasako, an insurance company, down 9.41% to close at 2 naira and 31 kobo per share. Of course, Cornerstone, another insurance company, also down there 8.57% to close at 1 naira and 92 kobo per share. Of course, this has dragged down the market downward marginally though, 0.05%. Volume of trade 274.682 million shares. They valued at 3.712 billion naira. In a deals of 10,112 did exchanges among investors this Monday. Of course, the top trading equities in terms of volumes there, UCAP all leading that table there, 26.638 million shares to trade. Linkage Insurance, 23.913 million shares. Of course, ICO, another insurance company, 12.213 million volume of shares each trade. Of course, some equities ended on the gaining side of the market. Linkage Insurance did that table there, 10% again to close at 1 naira and 10 kobo per share. AfriProd also there, 9.76% to close at 9 naira per share. Of course, Wapik, another insurance company, 8.96% to close at 73 kobo per share there. That's the highlight of stock trading as it went down this Monday on the floor of NGS. Let's see the global stock market and exchange rate data for today. Oil price rose on Monday, helped by expected peak summer consumption and OPEC Plus production cuts, though gains were capped by rising output from other producers and the potential for economic volatility resulting from a changing political landscape. At the London market, Brent crude sells for $85 per barrel. For the OPEC basket, the price steadies at $86 per barrel. And that's business. I am Yusuf Akogu.
And away from Nigeria, a national rights watchdog said on Monday that a total of 39 people have been killed in anti-government protests in Kenya that erupted over deeply unpopular planned tax hikes. The state-funded Kenya National Commission on Human Rights, in a statement, said data from its records indicates that 39 people have died and 361 injured in relation to the protests countrywide. Hundreds of people marched in the Kenyan capital, Nairobi, Sunday to honor those who died in anti-government demonstrations this week. Following the violence, Ruto announced that he would listen to the people and would not sign the finance bill into law. Largely peaceful rallies turned violent last Tuesday when lawmakers passed the deeply unpopular tax increases following pressure from the International Monetary Fund, IMF. Mauritania's incumbent president, Mohamed Ould Sheikh El Ghazouani, has comfortably won re-election with 56.12% of the vote, the Independent National Electoral Commission, CENI, said Monday. The victory gives the former army chief a second term as head of the vast desert country, seen as a rock of relative stability in Africa's volatile Sahel region, and set to become a gas producer. Ghazouani would have faced a second round had he not won more than half the vote in Saturday's election. As it was, he placed well ahead of his main rival, anti-slavery activist Biram Da Abeid, who won 22.10%, according to results announced by Senate Chief Da Ould Abdel Jalil. Abeid said Sunday he would not recognize the results of Senate, which he accused of being manipulated by the government. Ghazwani's other main rival, Hamadi Ul Sid El Mukhtar, who heads the Tawassul party, came third with 12.78%, according to Seni. While the Sahel has in recent years seen a string of military coups and escalating terrorism, particularly in Mali, Mauritania has not experienced an attack since 2011. Ghazwani, 67, is widely regarded as the mastermind behind the West African state's relative security. Algerian authorities have arrested 2 journalists for publishing a video showing businesswomen protesting how they were treated at a government-sponsored event. Sofiane Girous and Ferhat Omar of the news website Algeria Scoop were detained last week for broadcasting material authorities claimed constituted incitement and hate speech. According to a statement from the National Committee for the Liberation of Detainees, a local workshop group, on Saturday, in the video, women startup founders accused the government of humiliating and treating them with contempt at an innovation event organized by the Ministry of Education and Professional Training. The Press Freedom Group Reporters Without Borders has recently downranked Algeria on its Freedom of Expression Index to 139 out of 180 in 2024, while decrying the country's pressure on independent media and threats to arrest journalists. Those arrested were released later in the evening. Attorney Mokrane Aitlabri, whose journalist brother was among the arrested, has said. The crackdown on freedom of expression comes as Algeria gears up for an election in September, in which Tebboune will likely seek a second term as president. It's time now to join Emmanuel Fashemi for Sports News Update.
Nigeria's senior men's national rugby team, the Black Stallions, faced significant challenges in the first round of the Africa Cup Sevens tournament in Mauritius. This follows their placement in a top group which has Kenya, Madagascar and host Mauritius. The team is also missing key players including their captain and co-captain Declan Wanchuku and Olukolade Awobowale, former captain Onoru Jato and Olu Odunlami due to a bone bruise. The Black Stallions kicked off their campaign against Madagascar, losing 36-14 despite a spirited effort. In their second game, they faced one of Africa's strongest rugby teams, Kenya, and lost 25-0. Their third match against host Mauritius ended in a 25-6 defeat. In the 9th place semi-final, Nigeria defeated Tunisia 19-5, but eventually lost to Zambia 22-7 in the 9th/10th placement match. Speaking after the first round, Nigeria Rugby Football Federation (NRFF) President Ademola Are assured that the Black Stallions would bounce back in the second leg of the tournament. The Black Stallions has been grouped in Pool C in the next round of the competition alongside powerhouses in rugby, South Africa, Zimbabwe, and for the second time host, Mauritius. The second round of the championship will run from 6th to 7th July 2024. Nigeria Super Eagles and Serie A club Atlanta forward Ademola Lookman has scooped the best African international footballer at the recently Ghana Football Awards in Accra. The Atlanta star received the award after an impressive season with Nigeria Super Eagles and his Italian club side Atalanta. Ademola Lookman scored a hat-trick to help Atalanta trash Bayer Leverkusen in the Europa League final last season. He had shined countryman Victor Boniface and Edmond Tapsoba, both of Bayer Leverkusen in Germany, to clinch the title. Lookman succeeds Napoli striker Victor Osimhen, who won it last year after leading his team to Serie A title and later secured the CAF Africa Best Player of the Year award. The Atlanta Bergamo attacker is now a strong contender for Africa's top individual football award this year. In a video message, he voiced his gratitude. "Thank you for the consideration, the recognition and the votes. This means a lot to me and my family. I wish I was in Ghana, but my heart is still with you all. Thank you and God bless." The former Fulham and Leicester City of England player had a standout year, leading Nigeria to the Africa Cup of Nations final and scoring a hat-trick in the Europa League final. He also played a pivotal role in Atlanta's 4th place finish in Serie A with 17 goals and 10 assists across all competitions. Lookman's brilliance have caught the eyes of top European clubs and interest from Saudi Arabia. And that is sports. I am Emmanuel Fashimi.
Well, thank you, Emmanuel Fashemi, and congratulations to Ademola Lukman, all the exciting news in sports. And with that, we have come to the end of News Hour on Trust TV tonight. Do not forget to follow us across all our media platforms and join our YouTube live stream for more news, programs, and documentary. On behalf of all the hardworking members of team behind the scene, my name is Eugenia Abu. Thank you for watching.